Hello everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. I thought I'd take a moment here to show you my test plot. So this is where we planted both regeneratively and conventional no-till. So this here is just standard no-till practice where the corn is left in fallow corn stubble, and then up here we had a dense mat of cover crop. So what we're looking at here, one thing I talked about in the other video was about drought resilience, and I would say that you could just about say that today we're in a drought. Now if you look over there, there's a spot where it is pineappled, if you will. The corn leaves are all wrinkled up trying to conserve their moisture, and they're starving for water right now. But part of the reason why it's beneficial to do what I was talking about, now I planted my high rate cover crop up there, and then I cut my rate as I went down because I was running out until I had nothing. So this is fallow ground here, up there, dense cover crop. And let's just look at the soil for just a minute here. So if I walk down to a spot, now this was planted with row cleaners, an incredibly late planting date. So if you look down there, that was planted, well, that corn was this tall when this was planted. So yeah, I mean, you look at this ground and it's just dry as a bone. Now you get down a little bit, you know, maybe an inch deep, and there's a little bit of moisture. Contrast that with, let's go up here where there's dense cover. And now I will say this, I used an antique planter, so my stand is not the greatest, but I will blame that on the planter and the fact that yeah, I had a chain skip here and I didn't know it. But let's just go up here where it's some really dense cover and look at this mat. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to pick up this mat and just flip it over. Now there's green on the surface of the ground here. Look at that. That I can almost lump that soil. That's incredible, because we're seeing a lot, and I mean a lot, of corn that is pineappled or wrapped up. And what that is the corn is running out of moisture. Now I will run up here further. So this was planted late, and I can get into another video about it, how that was planted so late. This corn's starting to pineapple. As you can see, the leaves are wrinkled shut. This corn was planted, I'm gonna say, I don't know, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks prior, when I roll crimped. And as you can see, this hairy vetch cover did not die, and what that was doing is consequentially taking the moisture, whereas that was actually taken care of, so they weren't competing, whereas here it was competing for moisture and sunlight. And that's actually why some of this corn is choked out, in my opinion. It's because I planted, there was no row cleaners on this planter. I used Dad's planter, and then down here it had row cleaners, so better planter technology. However, down there got a better option to start, despite the fact that the seed placement wasn't as good. But as you can see here, it was competing, and I think that was costly to the corn. You can see how the leaves are trying to shut up. But now let's just look at this area and see the difference. So there's definitely some moisture still here in the soil, but I will say this, it was better down below where they weren't competing. That competition really pulled moisture out of the soil. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys just a quick scout through this to see. And like you can see here where it's standing up. Now I resprayed this corn. This corn has been resprayed and side dressed, and we haven't had rain for probably close to a month. And consequently, all the corn nearby is really wrinkled and not appreciating the lack of moisture. So, hey guys, check out some more of my other regenerative videos. The video where I planted this corn showed all the problems we had and what worked, what didn't work. This was all just an experiment. You know, this here had no row cleaners, that had row cleaners. This had solid cast wheels, that was a rubber closing wheel. So, yep, God bless you guys.